Have you ever thought about what was truly happening on American plantations beyond the fields? We often hear about the backbreaking labor, but there's a much deeper, more complex story of power and exploitation that has been systematically hidden from our history books. Let's uncover some of that hidden history today. When we picture slavery, we might think of cotton or tobacco fields, but the reality is that enslaved people were forced into every imaginable role. They were skilled artisans, blacksmiths, carpenters, and weavers. They were cooks, nurses, and domestic servants. In cities, they worked in factories, on docks, and in construction. This wasn't just about agriculture. It was about building the entire economic foundation of a nation on the backs of stolen lives and unpaid labor. The system of slavery was meticulously designed to maintain absolute control. This control wasn't just physical, it was deeply psychological. Laws known as slave codes stripped enslaved individuals of all human rights. They couldn't own property, legally marry, or learn to read and write. Why was education forbidden? Because an educated mind is a free mind. Denying knowledge was a powerful tool to suppress hope and organized resistance. Families were systematically torn apart, sold to different plantations as a form of punishment or for economic gain, causing unimaginable trauma that echoed for generations. But despite these horrific conditions, the spirit of resistance never died. It just took on many different forms. We hear about large-scale rebellions like Nat Turner's, but resistance was also a daily act of defiance. It was slowing down work, breaking tools, or secretly learning to read. It was preserving cultural traditions through stories, music, and religion, creating a vibrant community life in the face of dehumanization. Spirituals, for example, were not just songs of faith. They were coded messages, sharing information about escape routes on the Underground Railroad and expressing a deep longing for freedom. These small acts were incredibly risky, but they were a constant fight to reclaim humanity. The economic engine of slavery was unbelievably profitable, and not just for plantation owners in the South. Northern banks financed the purchase of land and enslaved people. Insurance companies sold policies on them. Textile mills in New England turned Southern cotton into cloth. The entire American economy was deeply entangled with the institution, creating immense wealth for a select few while perpetuating a brutal system of exploitation. The profits from enslaved labor funded the growth of industries, universities, and infrastructure that we still see today. So, why does this hidden history matter now? Because the legacy of slavery isn't just in the past. It shaped the social, economic, and racial hierarchies that persist in our society. The enormous wealth gap, systemic inequalities in housing, education, and the justice system are not accidents. They are direct descendants of a system built on exploitation. Understanding this history is not about assigning guilt. It's about recognizing the truth of our shared past so we can better understand the present. It allows us to see the roots of the problems we still face and work towards a more just and equitable future for everyone. Thank you for joining me on this journey into a difficult but essential part of American history. If you found this perspective valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. See you next time.